What's up, guys? It's the Fill and Flash TJP, and this special message is for you, Team Venom for life.
Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Talking Impact with Team Venom for 2021. I'm your host, Rory Bailey. Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to us. If you're listening to us via Spotify or iTunes, which is the usual means of us releasing this will also be out on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Talking Impact. And the sole reason we're putting it on there is because we have recorded a really awesome little video here where we get to chat to Eddie Edwards, the two-time Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, let's go straight to it. Enjoy.
You're listening to Talking Impact with Team Venom.
Firstly, when we last spoke, you were just about to head into Slammiversary for the match for the then vacant World Heavyweight Championship. You were victorious in that match and walked out of Slammiversary as the new World Champion. As a fan, that's probably my favourite moment of 2020 for Impact. How did it feel for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, anytime, you're able to win any championship is an amazing moment, but obviously, becoming the world champion, there's a lot that comes with it. So, being the world champion, you're now the face of Impact Wrestling. And that's something that I take pride in. That's something I always want to do and be the face of the company. So being able to walk out of Slammiversary, a huge pay-per-view that had a lot of attention for multiple reasons, there were surprise guests and all this stuff, to be able to walk out as a world champion, be able to close out a show like that, it was an awesome moment.
Ah, cool. Well, this Saturday's Impact Wrestling presenting Hard to Kill, live on Premier Sport. Prior to that, there's going to be a huge FanFest celebration event. Will you be a part of that? And what are your thoughts on that level of fan interaction?
I will be around, of course. I love it. Being able to interact with the fans, the people who tune in every week and order every pay-per-view and watch everything. It's nice to be able to, give back and just interact and see, what the fans like, what they don't like, their thoughts on things. It's always cool to kind of get on the other side of the TV or other side of the rail and be able to chat with them and see, what they dig about things, what their thoughts are and their opinions, because without the fans, I couldn't make this living. I couldn't do what I do without the fans. So to be able to interact, it's always fun, and I always enjoy it. You always get something. You always take something out of it when you're done with it.
Okay, thank you. Well, speaking of Hard to Kill, we've seen things get incredibly personal between yourself and Sami Callihan over the last couple of months, including history repeating itself with the baseball shot to the face. You're set to square off at Hard to Kill this weekend. What can we expect to see from the encounter?
It's barbed wire massacre. It's going to be violent. It's going to be bloody, and there's going to be chaos. It may make some people uncomfortable, but this is something that we need to do. This is how our feud has elevated. This is how we need to end it. We've been involved with each other for the past 3 years or so, and we'll always be linked together, and I'm okay with that because of what we've done. The stories that we've been telling, the baseball bat, the injuries, everything that we've done. This Saturday is the culmination. So this is the end of it. You can expect the unexpected, expect chaos, violence. It's going to be brutal. There's going to be some brutal elements of it. And honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to going out to that ring and just leaving it all out there. This is the perfect match. Just go out there, caution to the wind, no fear, see what we can do. And I know I'm going to be hurting, that night in the next couple of days or however long, but I'm already okay with that. So having said that, I'm ready for anything.
Awesome. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it myself. It's one of the matches on there that I'm looking forward to the most. So, recently I saw some artwork online for an American Wolf in London. Your second graphic that you've done about yourselves. What made you choose that format to tell your life story and such?
I worked with the artist Mark Polton. He did my first book, which is kind of my, my life story, my journey to the GHC Heavyweight Championship for Pro Wrestling Noah. And does great artwork. Obviously, he's done a lot of comics and stuff like that. But he
DC, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, and he had reached out to me about doing a book, along those lines, a kind of biography book, and I was all for it because, I have a daughter now, and I love being able to, I have nieces and nephews as well, that I was able to show that to them, and there's artwork of my nieces and nephews in it, and I like to, try to give back to the fans or give back to the children anyway. I thought it was the perfect way to kind of tell my story. And now with the American Wolf in London, I have so much history in England, being as the American Wolves were born in Wolverhampton. So he had the great idea. Mark did kind of put this story together, and I was all for it. I've always been a fan of art and the artwork itself, but the fact that we get to tell a unique and fun story is something completely new that I haven't done before. So I was happy to do it once again with them.
Awesome. Well, just before Christmas, I'll just switch it back to wrestling and such. Before Christmas, the wrestling world was stunned when Kenny Omega, the then AEW champ, turned up on Impact and kickstarted a crossover between the two companies. Out of everyone on the AEW roster, is there anyone that you've particularly got your sights set on?
You look at the world champion, you don't have to look any further. Kenny Omega, he's one of the best in the world without a doubt. He's the world champion there. I've been world champion of Impact. He was the world champion for New Japan. I was for Pro Wrestling Noah. It's a matchup that I would love to be a part of. I would love to see it. I would love to just kind of go out there and see what happens. I mean, if you're gonna take a shot at the king.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've had some tremendous matches over the years with the likes of Lashley, RVD, the Hardys, Team 3D, and now Ken Shamrock at Bound for Glory, which was again a highlight for the show. Where would you rank your match with Ken Shamrock against all of your previous legendary matches?
That's not my job. I don't like to rank my stuff. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as, we went out there, we told a story, we told a different story. It was physical. It was brutal points of it. That's what I take away from it. As long as I walk to the back feeling exhausted and beat up and feeling like I left it all out there, then I'm happy with that. It can always be better in my mind. I can always do better. No matter what the match is, you can always improve, as anything in life. But I don't rank my matches. I just, whether or not I enjoy them, and as long as the fans enjoy them, that makes me happy.
Cool. Well, outside of your own matches from Impact in 2020, is there anything that you've seen as a fan of the sport that you'd recommend to someone who's new to the product?
It's not so much one wrestler or one match, but I think the whole last year of Impact Wrestling, us kind of hitting our stride. If you watch the show, continuously from the start of the year, or from like Bound for Glory 2019, through the year, you can watch, how the company evolved, how everything improved. I feel, the wrestlers, the locker room stepped up, but not only the boys and girls in the back, but like production, creative. It felt like us as a team were really clicking and gelling, and kind of we're all moving towards that goal of making Impact become the biggest thing we can, becoming the best wrestling company that we can. And I feel I'm very confident that, we can do that, and we're continuing to strive to that. So it's not so much one thing or one person. It's just look at the total product of Impact Wrestling. You'll see it grow over the year, and you'll see it improve week after week after week. So if you just tune in and give Impact the time, there'll be something that you love on the show.
Okay. Well, lastly, what can you tell us about your plans following Hard to Kill? What comes next after Sami Callihan? Is there anything in particular that you're looking to go for after?
I try not to look ahead. always with me, the world championship is in my sights. I always plan on being around it and being involved in it. But first, it's surviving hard to kill. I'm not dumb. I know what Sammy's bringing to the table. He knows what I'm bringing to the table. We know how violent and brutal it's going to be. So I have to focus on surviving that, winning that, and then going on. But I would love to be back around that world title because that's everybody's goal in this game, get back to that world championship. And I'd love to do it for a third time.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. Wish you all the best for your match at Hard to Kill. I'm certainly looking forward to it myself, and it's been awesome chatting to you again. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate the support over the years, and appreciate the support you have for Impact Wrestling. So thank you, and please continue to do so. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you.